Nina Dobrev, an actor that had completely taken over Hollywood in the past couple of years, whether it was through her breakout show Degrassi, whether it was in Perks of Being a Wallflower, or whether it was her super successful role as Elena in the Vampire Diaries, clearly this girl has something special about her. So today let's figure out what that thing is by looking at the top 10 best acting moments from Nina Dobrev. Now starting off in number 11, we can look at her first ever big role in Degrassi. Here Nina is given the character Mia, who's a pregnant 13-year-old in the show. And this happened all the way back in 2006 when I was 3 years old, guys. I was three. Now the reason I put this scene here is because it really shows what Nina Dobrev was like as an early actor. So when we look at her better moments like number 1, number 2, number 3, we can see the actual progression she made from being here all the way to there. Do you get what I'm saying? Here we can see she's good at taking her role seriously. It doesn't look like she wants to laugh out loud. It looks like she has a natural serious impression on her face. And I think overall her delivery on her lines wasn't too bad. You know, her tonality was good. The way she talked was okay. I just think the main thing she lacked back then was the emotion. I feel like there wasn't emotion in these scenes right here. But let's see how she's advanced since. Now moving on to number 10, now we can look at when Nina Dobrev was casted in The Perks of Being a Wallflower. This movie came out 6 years after her first big role, and here she was casted as Candace, the sister to the main character Charlie, who goes through a pretty tough time in the movie, and you know, he contemplates, you know, like, he just contemplates bad things, okay? He tries to do bad things to himself, okay? But anyways, this was still pretty early on in her career, and it was nowhere near the acting Elena Gilbert had, but still, already we can see a little bit of improvement. For example, let's take a scene when her boyfriend hits her. The main thing to point out here is her body language. The way she's yelling at her boyfriend, the way she gets slapped up and she's like, oh, the way she reassures Charlie that everything's okay, I'm fine, it's okay, I'm getting beat up, it's okay. And then also fast forward to the end of the movie when like her brother's calling her on the phone, like saying very sad things like, maybe I shouldn't be here, which makes her super panicky. The way she stands up, the way she starts looking worried, everything is starting to look perfect. Clearly you can see here that she's getting a little bit more in touch with her emotions, and you can see that come through on the big screen. But now moving on to number 9, now let's get into some real business, shall we? Let's get into some business. Number 9 is her in Vampire Diaries when she first became a vampire. More specifically, when she's going through the whole emotions being heightened part where she's laughing uncontrollably, she's crying uncontrollably, everything's a little bit heightened. And we can specifically look at this part where she transitions from laughing to crying in a very seamless, perfect manner. Like this transition right here is genuinely so good. It is so good. Just watch it for yourself. And I feel like a lot of you guys might not actually think it's that impressive until you try it yourself. No. When you try it yourself, you'll actually see how impressive it is. Because the way you see her do it right here is very abrupt, and you can see the shift like this, but it's very, very subtle. Like, here's me trying to do it. Ready? Like, see, that does... Like, that looks so bad. Like, it looks so bad. Like, the way she does it, it's a great gradual progression, and it looks beautiful. But now, don't worry, we'll come back to Vampire Diaries further in the video, but now let's make our way up the list and look at some of her other best moments from her other roles. Now, moving on to number 8, we can look at when Nina Dobrev was cast as May in Redeeming Love. More specifically, we can look at the moment she dies in Redeeming Love. Here we can truly see that Nina has completely nailed the way someone dies or breaks down in a show, in a movie, in a role. I made a video a couple of weeks ago saying Grant Gustin was really good at breaking down as an actor, and she has the same ability. She is very, very good at breaking down and showing raw emotions. Like you can see right here, she has the exact visual cues on how to like make your face, the way you have to be looking over, the way you have to be slightly uncomfortable, the way your face moves when you're dying, it's all perfect. But on top of that, the makeup artist did a very good job, and she clearly looks like a horrible mess right here. She looks disgusting. And I also just think Nina has a very good cryy face. You know when people have a good crying face? Her crying face is very good. I don't know why. I think it's because like she just looks like an innocent little like girl. It just like her crying face is so beautiful. And overall, her role in this movie was really, really good. So I personally think this 1960s vibe where the girl is dressed with like long skirts, nice little curled up hair, that is the perfect time to live in. And Nina Dobrev was born to act in this era. Like, don't you guys ever wish we were born in this era right here? Like, this era is so beautiful. You just wake up every day, no phone, nothing. Like, you walk around, the girls are looking like this, like I'm looking like this, like But of course, I'm born like this. This is me now. This is me in 2023, bro. I'm sorry, guys. Moving on to number 7. Now we can look at the season 6 finale in Vampire Diaries once again, where we see a very touching scene when Elena hangs out with Bonnie and Caroline for the last time before she dies. What makes this scene so powerful is just everything surrounding this moment. We know Elena is about to die. This is her last moment with her best friends. And the way Nina plays this is perfect. The way she tries to be sort of like the cheery, hopeful friend where she's like, write down everything throughout your life so I can see it. I can pretend I was there with you guys all along while I'm dead. Like here you can see she's still trying to crack jokes about like killing Damon and all of that while her friends are clearly bawling their eyes out. And she's trying her best to hold it in. She's like, you know, write it all down. And the forehead vein that comes out, everything she does here is perfect. And moving on to number 6, now we can go back to the Vampire Diaries once again and look at when Elena and Stefan actually have a little bit of drama going on. This happens in episode 3x11 where Stefan and Elena are arguing when he almost killed Elena just to fool Klaus. Here you can see she clearly felt very, very used, and she kind of felt like Stefan was kind of just using her to get away from Klaus, and she's all like, what happened to us? What happened to me and you? Like this interaction is so powerful. And additionally, here what really stood out to me is the way she was actually talking while crying. Like, for example, the way her voice cracked here and there, the way she didn't even finish some of her sentences because she was crying, the way she had little pauses here and there to make the scene more dramatic. All of this combined together made this a truly powerful scene.
Stay away from me.
Elena, get in the car.
How could you? My parents died going over this bridge. I almost died. You knew that. You're the one who saved me.
Moving on to number 5, this scene right here you could actually argue to be number 1 easily. I actually think this is a very, very good scene. But the reason I put this number 5 is I still think the scenes above 5 are still better in different elements, but here you could still make the argument easily. And this scene happens when Nina Dobrev, Katherine, gives birth in Vampire Diaries. What really stands out in this scene is body language, tonality, and the language change. The language change. Not only is Nina Dobrev doing a fantastic job showing what it's like to lose your child so early on, like the way she's hugging her mom, the way she's breaking down, it's looking perfect, but on top of that, she's doing it all in a different language. Do you know how hard that is? She's doing it in like, I think Bulgarian, some different language, and that's very, very phenomenal. Like that would be the equivalent of me and you trying to like learn French and like try to be sad in French. Like watch this, ready? No. Like I don't even like sound like I'm saying it right, you know? No. Like it just looks dumb. But the way she says like nah, and like the way she exclaims to her mom, the way she says mama, like it's so beautiful. Just watch the scene.
Татко, моля те! Не! Татко, моля те, не! Не дей, Катерина, така е по-добре за нея, Катерина! Така е по-добре за нея! Моля те, не, мама! Остави я, Катерина! Мама, моля те.
Now moving on to number 4, we can look at when Elena watches Jenna, her mother, die in episode 2x21. Now what made this scene rank so high in terms of Nina Dobrev's acting is the range of emotion she went through in this scene. Like it starts off with them both being in the ring of fire and they're both like kind of giving each other hope, right? Elena's giving Jenna hope saying, we can't leave Jeremy with our family, we gotta fight, come on, fight through, we can do this, we're good. Even though you can visually see that she's a little bit startled, a little bit nervous, she's still trying to be hopeful right here. But then things keep progressing a little bit more, and we see that hope slowly starts to slither away. And then we get to the point where Elena gets so worrisome that she's just like, Jenna, turn it off. You have to turn it off. She starts breaking down in tears. She's saying, Jenna, you have to turn it off. You won't be afraid anymore, because Elena knows Jenna is about to die right here, and she doesn't want to see her go out in like a very scared, sad way. And overall, it was just very sad for us to see Elena's mother get ripped away from her so early on in this show. And I think Nina did a great job showing that right here. Beautiful, mwah, beautiful. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially in the top 3, bro. The top. How did we get into the top 3 so quick? Okay, no, you guys have to be honest with me. Comment down below. Do you guys ever watch my videos and you're like, oh, how am I already at the end? Like, does it go by really fast for you? Or like, am I just like a slowly? Like, let me know, guys, because when I'm recording this, I just feel like everything is going by so fast. Everything is... And make sure if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe, or else Elena Dobrev and Nina Katherine will come kill you. Okay? Now finally, looking at number 3, we can look at when Elena and Katherine first meet in episode 2x4. Matter of fact, guys, you can basically take any scene when both of these characters are present on screen, and you'll get the exact same result. 2 very different characters with different traits, different personalities, acted by the exact same person. And the reason this whole dynamic and this little 2-character, 1-person thing made it so high on the list is because this really shows the subtle things Nina does as an actor that completely changes her demeanor. Like, have you guys ever wondered how Elena always looks so innocent and Katherine looks so evil, yet the difference is very subtle? It's not like Katherine's making an evil, growly face all the time. You can just see it. There's something you can see between the characters that shows the difference. So I personally think she makes these 2 characters look very different the way she moves her eyes. I've always noticed when she played Elena, her eyes always looked a little bit more soft, a little bit more innocent, like Damon, Stefan, you know, like a little bit more soft. And with Katherine, she always has like those piercing eyes, right? She's like, what's up, babes? What's up, Damon? Like, her eyes are more pierced. Do you get what I'm saying? But regardless, this is a very good acting achievement from Nina Dobrev. Congratulations. Now, let's move on to number 2. And this is once again in the Vampire Diaries, guys. I'm sorry I couldn't add any more other stuff. This is her best stuff. I really think this is her best stuff right here, okay? Okay. But anyways, this moment is when Elena says goodbye to Damon when he dies in episode 5 times 22.
Please don't leave me.
Oh my gosh, bro. And what really stands out in this scene is when she combines her body language, her facial expressions, that's the main one, and her tonality. This combined together makes a truly powerful emotional scene. The way she looks off to the side and tilts her head when she says, please don't leave me, the way she's frowning in that scene right there, and then when she breaks down against the rock grave with her hands in her head, the way she's looking down, completely flustered, and the way you can tell right here, she wants to say something so bad, but the words are simply gone. She literally has nothing left to say. She is so genuinely distraught by what's happening that she's speechless. She's literally shook, and all she can do is cry.
Please don't leave me.
I don't have a choice, baby.
Please come back to me.
Bye.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at the number 1 best acting scene from Nina Dobrev. Oh, and to be honest, I feel like a lot of you were already expecting this because this is clearly, obviously, her best scene. Everybody knows this, but this scene happens in episode 4 times 15 in Vampire Diaries, when Elena Gilbert burns down her house when Jeremy dies. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No, that's all I can say. Oh my gosh. The power behind the scene. Let me just explain why it's so powerful. And I can explain it in one sentence. The progression of her insanity. And what I mean by that is the scene starts off with her slowly talking to Damon with a little bit of a ranty attitude, saying, oh, I know you want your drinking buddy back, taking the ring off Jeremy. Like, she's getting a little bit feisty, but nothing crazy yet. But then Caroline steps in and she starts getting a little bit more agitated. She starts breaking picture frames. She starts moving around a little bit more flustered. And then the scene only keeps progressing further into insanity. She starts lighting a match. Stefan is like, okay, you gotta chill out. What are you doing? And she's like, there's nothing left for me. There's nothing for me to do here. Everyone in this house has died. All of my relatives are dead. Everybody in my family is dead. Everyone is dead in my family. She starts lighting the match and now she is literally at a loss of words. She is so frustrated in this moment that she starts stuttering her words. What am I supposed to do? How am I gonna? That is the breaking point she's at now. And then Damon tries calming her down. We all think, okay, maybe this might work, but it doesn't. It only makes it worse. Now she's fully breaking down in tears. She falls to the floor and she's literally holding her hands in her head, begging for it to stop. She literally just wants it to stop. The raw emotion coming through here is at a different level. I literally have goosebumps. I am heightened right now. It is on a different level. This girl is begging for the pain to stop. She is begging for the pain to stop. And after a long journey of crying, breaking down in tears, this emotion pouring through the screen, Damon eventually makes it stop. And he does this by turning her emotions off. Wow. Guys, I don't know. Oh my god, bro. It's a wrap. Nah, it's a wrap. Oh, Nina Dobrev. Oh my gosh, sweetheart. You're so good. You're so good. Ladies and gentlemen, watch this powerful scene for yourself.
Elena, stop it! You're scaring me! What else are we supposed to do with the body, Caroline? I mean, there's no room in the Gilbert family plot. Jenna and John took the last spot.
No, Elena, stop.
There's nothing here for me anymore, Stefan. Alaric, John, even John. I mean, they're all dead. Everyone is dead. So what am I supposed? I mean, how am I gonna? I can't even. There's nothing left for me anymore. Ah!
Elena, I need you to calm down.
No, I can't. No, it hurts. Just make it stop. Please make it stop. It hurts.
Damon. Help her.
No.